Today we have Chris Cosgrove, the president and CEO of Comprehensive Healthcare Systems Incorporated, trading on the OTC under the ticker CMHSF. Chris, welcome to Redchip Studios.
Thank you, Craig. It's great to be here.
Now, for those investors brand new to the story, Comprehensive Healthcare Systems, I think you're probably going to want to mention why the name Comprehensive and what is the fundamental problem you're trying to solve?
Sure. So about Comprehensive, we're a SaaS-based technology company where we provide a software platform in a modular fashion to unions, employers that self-administer their healthcare benefits, third-party administrators, and the government in order to automate their healthcare benefits and pension administration.
So you're trying to be like a one-stop shop?
We have a fully integrated platform that takes what is currently a fragmented industry today and helps automate this entire benefit administration continuum. That's what we do.
Now, Chris, just how big is this market that you're in, and how do you intend to make money in it?
Sure. So the market is huge. We see it somewhere between 4 to 6 billion worth of annual revenue a year that's spent on technology in this health and welfare and pension administration space. So, and how we plan on making money is through a variety of different mechanisms. First, there are some federally mandated verticals like the Taft-Hartley union that we market to. That's a vertical mandated to use this technology. But there's third-party administrators, self-funded employers, the government, all need this technology. So through both organic growth as well as inorganic growth, as there's a roll-up strategy opportunity to acquire some companies that would also allow us to grow rapidly in an inorganic fashion.
Now, Chris, your company is one of the few government-mandated service providers under the Taft-Hartley Act. Could you explain what all that means and how it's a massive advantage for your company?
Sure. So one of our verticals is the Taft-Hartley union space, which is called the multi-employer union space, where the Taft-Hartley governs that particular market segment, and they're mandated to use technology to run their health and welfare and pension benefits programs. And so they have to use our technology or a technology like ours in the space.
Now, Chris, you said you're one of the few there. Just how hard is it for a competitor to break in?
Yeah, it's a challenge and would be a challenge for any competitor to break into this space. The Taft-Hartley union space is also called the multi-employer market, where unlike a regular employer, which may have one set of eligibility rules for their benefits, a multi-employer union would operate with multiple employers under that particular umbrella of the union. And the complexity of managing multiple eligibility files, multiple pension rules, and contribution rates makes it very hard to have a technology platform and enter this space.
Chris, you mentioned that you're one of the few and that it's hard to get where you are now. One of the reasons is your Novus 360 platform. One of the things it can do is that it can automate up to 85% of claims adjudication. But why don't you tell us more about it?
Certainly. Well, when you take a look at our Novus 360 platform, from the time a member enrolls into their healthcare benefits to they get their eligibility, to their claim is processed that may come from a provider or the hospital, our technology can actually, with its built-in logic, can understand what that provider is trying to bill and only pay the part of the claim that's appropriate for that particular member.
That sounds like AI. Are you using AI in your business?
So we are using some AI in our business today, not necessarily around our claims processing, but for workflow enhancement and digital engagement, we're now using AI to better interact with our.
And tell us anything more. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I wanted to hear more about the Novus 360. Anything else you need?
Sure. So not only do we help save money on the claims processing, but because the logic can auto adjudicate specific claims, it saves time for our clients that don't have to manually process claims. That, along with pension administration or annuities or 401ks, allows us very uniquely to have a fully integrated solution with one database and one data asset to manage all of their members, whether they're active or retirees.
Turning now to revenue, Chris, you're targeting annualized recurring revenue of about $10 million for 2026. At that point, what is your margin going to look like?
Sure. So at that point, we're going to see our gross profits being somewhere between 65 and 70%. And we're looking to have our EBITDA somewhere between 10 and 15% on an annualized basis.
Final question, Chris, and it's the most important one. Why should anyone be interested in Comprehensive right now? And specifically, I want to know, what are your plans to grow and scale?
Sure. So the market continues to grow as more and more employers are moving towards a self-administered or self-funded healthcare benefits model. So we're uniquely positioned to really do well in this space. Now, when you take a look at what the opportunity for us is, currently we have about $25 million in contracted revenue with our existing client base today. We see in the next 2 years to get that as high as about $100 million under contract right there. And we see that coming through both organic growth as well as the opportunity for acquisition.
Chris, it has been a pleasure welcoming you to Orlando, and best wishes with Comprehensive Healthcare System.
Craig, thank you so very much for having me today. I appreciate it.